Afternoon, Jesse Dollemore. It's the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver out here in Rosamond, California. What's going on, dude? Uh, Rosamond, California. You know, that's the West Coast. It's in the armpit of the Antelope Valley, California, upper desert region. Dude, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you are so fixated on that bride. There's a lot more harsh, derogatory words I can use about that human. I'd rather not. So, shall we talk? Okay. You were mentioning about her going on Charlie Kirk yesterday and having a conniption fit. She wants to declare war on the cartels. I don't think I caught the rest of your video to see whether or not you actually discussed a little history, dude. Now, apparently, we chewed the same dirt, somewhat. Different territories, but in the same time period. Surely you would have heard about the 1980s and the drug problems we had during those days and the drug war we had to deal with. And not to mention making deals with Iran concerning about weaponry and dealing with the Contras and trying to keep the flow out, but that didn't happen, did it? And then we also had the DARE program across the country. We drug abuse rehabilitation education. Or actually, drug awareness actually was. Remember all those pins that the cops would hand out to educate the youth and the programs they would teach left and right how to just say no to drugs. Well, it would have been nice and simple if they actually could, but the problem is when you had a little problem with peer pressure. How are you going to stop your friends from drugging the hell out of your kid? Or if you're that young anyway. And I remember how many times we had to get drug busts and gang busts out here in the city of LA and county Los Angeles. Everyone was having a conniption fit over this thing. Good Lord. And she doesn't care. She don't read. She don't understand. She hadn't lived it. She's too damn screwed up in her head anyway. She goes on Charlie Kirk to declare war on drugs. No. She declared war on the cartel. And she didn't do that on the official floor, the House floor. No, she had to do it on, and as you suggested and tried to explain a little bit, on Charlie Kirk's show just to gather her MAGA supporters. But not gather the support of the rest of the country to say, yeah, we need to stop the fentanyl. What the hell are we going to do? And she wants to put what in action? Now, we already got troops already being sent over to the border right now as it is. They're dealing with border crossing issues. They're not dealing with search and seizure. We do have a thing called the Bill of Rights, something concerning about illegal searches and seizures. We need to have probable cause whether or not they're bringing the stuff over. And if they are bringing it over, are we going to be in a situation? Excuse me, got to get rid of flies in my drink here. We have to have evidence whether or not we can actually search and seize and really grill these people to see whether or not they're actually going to be doing this thing. But I guess that's the Border Patrol's job. So what's the troops are going to do? I mean, yeah, the only thing we could do is probably sending more National Guard out there. Not regular armed troops. I mean, are we going out there and arming up for war? Texas is already having the issues right now as it is, and they're sending their issues to LA. We already got our own border issue. We already got our own border patrols going on and checking people out when they're coming in and not, and they're doing metal detectors. They've got dog sniffing over there. They have, no, they're searching. Not to mention we have the Coast Guard going up and down our coastline looking to see whether or not there's going to be any mini subs coming our way or any surface craft that may or may not be what they seem to be. And once in a while we'll have it on the west coast of ships coming ashore. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be able to do this for cargo ships. Cargo ships are usually have something from Mexico, usually do it on the trains. So now here's the thing, Jessel Bean. Are we going to be doing search and seizures on cargo trains? Which means every time we get the trains crossing the border, are we going to be stopping them and checking the freight out? Because if this is what we're talking about, I mean, this is what's being declared as a war on the cartels, isn't it? But if the cartels are actually getting weaponry from us, now the thing is we got to trace where the weapons are coming from, which particular companies. And now we got to have the legal process. We need to have warrants. They need to have evidence. They need to know which particular companies are selling to the cartels. I mean, if they really, really want to do this, then they ought to be getting a congressional backup on this one. They ought to get the backing from both House and Republicans. Trumplicans, actually. They're no longer Republicans. It's no longer the GOP, Jess. Because now it's the Trumplican Party. They gave up being the Republican Party a long time ago when they allowed these assholes in there. Communities wanted them in. This is democracy for you. And there's not a damn thing we can do about it except maybe harangue the other areas that just put the knotheads in there. Now, do we start violating civil rights left and right? Due process? Shall we go on and on with this, Jess? Oh yes, let's do the scenario, shall we? Okay. We declare war on drugs. We declare war on the Mexican cartel. Now we're going to need to. Now they're going to be screaming. We need to barricade up the walls. Oh no 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 no. We need to violate. We need to violate. We need to violate the Bill of Rights. We need to violate people's civil rights. We need to violate everything. We need to do the. We need to throw out the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Let's be a dictatorship. Let's be an authoritative government here. Let's make sure that we're going to interrogate everybody and anything coming across the borders. I mean, hell with the damn border walls. That's not going to work. You got people going to be tunneling underneath the damn things. And they still do. And the river crossings at this point, well, they can't get out of one way to get to another area. How about right around Texas entirely and just go right through you guys? I mean, you got the Gulf of Mexico. So let's see. Due process tossed out. Civil rights tossed out at this point over here. Trains come in. Automatic search and seizures at this point over here. People are going through worse than usual. We're going to find gun manufacturers, and we're going to find out who and what they are. And then we're going to tear them apart left and right, not to mention their families, the employees, and employees' families at this point over here. Tear apart the owners. And we're going to be putting them through the screws at this point. Okay, let's see. Well, that stopped the fentanyl. Oh, no, 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 no. Then we got the riverways. We got the waterways. We got the oceans to deal with. You see, it's has to be more than that. Oh, let's go out on this one. Let's go out on this one, Jesse. Let's go for the scenario full time. You see, they were worried about border walls between California and Texas. Oh no! If overseas are making the fentanyl, then what do? Every port, every harbor has to be investigated, interrogated, subjugated, liquidated if necessary. Take out the harbors so we can take out our shipping. Oh, but there goes our commerce right there. Can't do that. But we want cruising. Okay, here we go. Let's go after the cruise ships. They might be smuggling them in there too. Well, we can't do that either. Why? Because they're flagged with a different foreign country, which means we're going to be declaring war on whoever's got the country flagged. Damn. Okay, so how else are we going to do this? I mean, we could do the land, but is that it? I mean, there are bodies of water, and we got loads and loads of miles and miles of land. Hell, they can come through Canada. They can come through Canada. Put them on shipping ships and stuff like that, and put them on both coasts. Send them through the Canadian border if we want to, or just invade both coastlines of the east and west. We got plenty of space for them to do that, but not enough ships. Now we need the United States Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps. Okay, she really wants to go out on this one. Let's give her the examples that she needs to put this case out there on the House floor. We're going to protect our borders as much as possible. We're going to be putting machine gun nests. We're going to be putting tanks. We're going to be putting landmines. We'll landmine the whole river. How about that one? We'll constantly feed it landmines at this point. If the razor wire is not doing it, then we got to do the landmines. We got to go for the special effects. So now we've got the border from whatever the Rio Grande starts all the way over to the Mexican-Texas area. And we got to add more landmines to it. Make a string of them. And after we get the landmines for that one, then what do? Surveillance drones with armaments. If we're going after the Mexican cartel, let's go after it full force with the military at this point. And, oh, I'm sorry, what kind of collateral damage are we going to be causing on our own people? Who the hell cares about our own people? We're going to kill the other side. Okay, so how much collateral damage can we do for every Mexican or any other kind of foreign citizen that comes close to the border? Damn the paperwork, they're dead meat. So now let's go further on the scenario here. Okay. So now we see the people coming over and we start shooting at people left and right. Screw the civil rights. Screw the everything that we believe in what's America at this point over here. We're trying to protect our people from fentanyl. And we're trying to make sure that our borders are going to be absolutely murderously safe at this point. I mean, we have to make sure. Civil rights be damned. Bill of Rights be damned. Due process be damned. So now we got this war state going on. We're just about autocratic at this point. We got the House thinking murder at this point. Actually, the Republicans thinking murder, and the Democrats are scratching their heads at this point. So I'm just saying, what happens if we actually activate this damn thing today? Get whatever forces we have regarding the military and start putting them everywhere that people are going to be afraid to see. That includes our own U.S. citizens. If they're going to go out to the local beaches, how do they know they're not going to get blown to hell from the landmines that our military has already put out there? Of course, the generals and the admirals are going to be scratching their heads on this one, saying, what the hell are we doing to our U.S. people? This is what Congress wanted. They put it in law. Oh, it's the House of Representatives. What about the Senate? Well, the Senate's still scratching their head on that one, but unfortunately we've had some incidents happening to their side, you see. In this process over here, they tried to weaponize the Department of Justice. The Justice said no. And unfortunately, the House of Representatives authorized a bill to declare war on the Department of Justice and the FBI and every other law enforcement agency we have, but they support them by eliminating them, not by budget either. So now the President of the United States is locked up in the White House wondering how the hell did the Commander-in-Chief lost his mind. I tell you, General, I'm wondering about that too, because you see the guys right behind us coming up? Well, now somebody actually declared war on Congress. Already the Senate's already been locked up, and wondering what the hell's happening to Congress right now, while the House of Representatives, hosted by Marjorie Taylor Greene, Supreme Empress of America, she declared Georgia a sovereign state, and everybody else should join her state. See, this is her military at this point, General. She went out up and down the coastline to make sure that Americans will follow her. She's enrolled Citizens United and Citizens under Green in support of Donald Trump. But Trump, unfortunately, has disappeared. We don't know where he went. One day he was at his golf course, and then the other day, General, what the reports were is there had been an explosion. Nobody has seen him since. Leader McCarthy, well, we understood he tried to run for it, and his ass all the way over to California. I heard that he got bit by rattlesnakes, but there's no confirmation. We didn't see his body yet. So she took over the speakership. She took over the government. Even the Supreme Court told her that she couldn't do this. The Supreme Court blew up. She's declaring war on anything and everybody, and she thinks that everybody's out to get her. Meanwhile, our armies, our navies are standing by to keep everybody else out. We have orders by her to shoot people. Wait a second, our boss is the President of the United States. Well, unfortunately, said before, he's no longer available. Either is the Vice President, nor are their families at this point. But how is that possible, Admiral? Well, General, you have to ask Marjorie Taylor Greene and her supporters at this point, because now we are under her auspices. What about the Constitution? You didn't hear about the vaults and the Smithsonian Institution, the Library of Congress, did you? What happened? We ain't got them no more. We got copies of the Constitution around this place. Where's the original Declaration? Where's the original Constitution? Where are all the documents? General, we ain't got them no more. So now the land belongs to Marjorie Taylor Greene. It is rumored that she got rid of Trump, but we don't know how she did that. And now people are wondering what she's going to do next. Quite frankly, General, she scares the hell out of me. She did this to America, and America loved her for it. Oops, there was an explosion outside. What happened? It seems the Pentagon is being attacked by her constituents. They want to defund the military, but they want to support the military by defunding them. And in order to defund them, they want the Pentagon destroyed. What? Where's our military? Where's our guards? They're out there in the Border Patrol right now. They're out there guarding against Canada's invasion. See, you and I are the only two schmucks in this whole building here, so I suggest we get the hell out of here. You mean there's nobody in charge of America? Who's America, General? Who's America? Jesse, let that one sink in. Scary, isn't it? It's a hell of a scenario to come up with, even though it's not plausible itself, but it's still scary as hell. And having a lunatic drawing in that much power, this could be a Halloween story, you know. America died by the hands of a congresswoman. We fear the external, when it's the internal is already eating us up left and right. Let's face it, Jesse. Aristotle may have been correct concerning about democracy. If we love our freedom that much, we have to fight for democracy like crazy. But keep this in mind. one person's viewpoint of democracy may not be the same thing as someone else's. A chilling thought. And that scares the hell out of me.